All right. Welcome, Sylvia. Where are you streaming from?
Canada,
Canada. Wow. We're in Canada.
Ontario,
It's pronounced Ontario.
Ontario. Yes,
That's how we pronounce it.
I like the accent.
Thank you. If there's anything you want to say, if you feel comfortable to say it, go for it. I am not scared of anybody. This platform will not fear anybody. All right. Feel
Oh, I'm
free.
not afraid of anybody either.
Yeah. Good. Feel free.
Okay,
Share your
so do you
story.
want me to
Okay.
start right from the beginning?
Yes. Start from the beginning.
Okay, who we're talking about? We're talking about Warlord slash Power of Legend or whatever. His real name is Charles.
Okay. Okay. Hold
Um,
on. Hold on. Warlord. Is that his real name or a username?
his username.
Okay. Okay. Go on.
So, anyways, okay. I met him on my platform. He kept messaging me on my videos and whatever, and I was involved with someone at the time, so I just totally ignored him, and he just kept on, and then I was available, so I started talking to him.
Sylvia. Sylvia. Sorry, I'm
I'll
cutting you
wait.
short. Uh,
Sure.
this is Warlord. Where is he from?
He's from England.
Is an Englishman.
Yes,
Okay.
but he's originally from Nigeria. I think he told me he has two dual citizenship.
Okay. Okay. He told you.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Go for it. Continue your story.
Okay, so we met and we talked for a few months and we talked face to face. Like he saw who I was. He saw exactly what you're seeing. There's no filters, there's no nothing. We talked on Instagram every single day. He got to know me. I'm the type of person I don't hide anything. I'll tell you exactly how old I am, the shape I'm in, anything that's wrong with me, I'll tell you. He knew every single thing about me. So, anyways, I ended up 4 months into it. I ended up going over to England to meet him. I was over there for 10 days. So, but he never allowed me to go to his place, and I was, like I just kind of. He said he didn't want me to feel uncomfortable by going to his place. So I just left it at that. So anyway, so I came back and everything went really, really well. He other than he made me wait like 4 hours at the airport before he picked me up. I thought he was going to stand me up, and then he dropped me off like at 9 o'clock in the morning, and my flight wasn't until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Once again, just dropped me and ran. So I came back and we were talking, and we fought a lot, whatever. And then after Christmas and New Year's, he blocked me because we just weren't getting along. So in April, I was in a car accident. He saw on Facebook I was in a car accident and he reached out again to me. So we started talking again and whatever. So I never did see him again. Like we started FaceTiming again every day and whatever. And then he went over. I'll speed it up. He went over to Nigeria this winter, and before that, he would say, "Well, I'm really short. I'm short of money because they froze my bank accounts." And he said, "Can you loan me any money?" And it's like, no. So I let it slide and whatever. He never pushed the issue or whatever. But then when he was in Nigeria, he did the same thing. He said they froze my accounts because they didn't realize I was going to be here for so long. So they noticed that bank was going on and they didn't know that it was me or not. So they froze everything. He said, "Could you loan me some money so I could get back home?" And I thought, you know what? He never really showed me any reason not to trust him. So he knows I'm retired. Well, at the time I was on disability. I'm on disability because of my back. I can still walk and I can still do everything and whatever. But he knew I didn't have a lot of money. So I thought, sure, okay. It was his birthday coming up. So I sent him $100 for his birthday so he could go out and have a good time. So that was a gift from me, which is fine. But then he asked me if I could loan him some money. And I said, "Well, how much?" He said, "Well, how much can you loan me?" I said, "The most I can do is probably $800." And he says, okay. He says, when can you do that? I said, I'll do that this week. So he says, I'll pay you back as soon as I get to England. I'll get my banks all figured out. And he says, I'll send it back to you. And I have this all in messages because he was messaging me this at the time. And so I loaned him the money. And then it was about a month later, he went back home and whatever. And I kept messaging him. And he wasn't answering, and I said, what's wrong? And then I sent him an email, and he says, oh, my phone froze, and I have to get a new phone before I can do anything. I think that sounds kind of funny. Anyway, so and then the next thing I knew, I was blocked on everything. So I thought, you know what? This is no. So I ended up, and the way this man gets, I will tell you, this is the honest God truth, because I have charges pending against him over in England. And I don't know what's happening because the international people have to get involved, and it can take months and months and months to get going. He, he, because we were so close for 3 years, he had personal pictures of me. You know what I mean? So when he would get mad at me, he would lash out. He would say the most horrendous things you could ever think of. I made some TikToks on my profile to show people the type of things he would call me. He would tell people, I gave up two babies when I was really young. I gave them up for adoption because I knew I wasn't of age. I wasn't going to be a good mother at 17 years old. So I gave up two babies for adoption. He's going around telling everybody I sold my babies. He's telling everybody I my stepfather. Like, he's just a nasty man. He calls me old, he calls me ugly, he calls me fat, he calls me anything he can do to hurt. He says it, and he's really nasty. You have to go and see these for yourself, and you will not believe it. So anyways, what I did was, because I wasn't sure if I was going to get the money back or whatever, I messaged Emmy Best, or Emmy South, however you want to call him. He's always on TikTok also. I don't know if you've heard of him. Him and Charles, they were good friends. So I messaged Emmy, and I said, Emmy, I said, I don't know if how often you talk to Charles. I said, but can you get him to give me back the money that I loaned him? And I said, I have it in text that it was a loan. I said, and he agreed he would pay me when he got back. I said, it's been nearly a month and he hasn't yet. So I guess Emmy did call him when he read it. And I guess because I did ask somebody that he knew, he finally did pay me back because he was caught. He was caught. That's the only reason. If I hadn't done what I did, I bet you I still would not see that money. That man has scammed other women. I've had 5 women come to me. One he owes £8,000 to. That's $15,000, my money. That's a lot of money. But she will not come forward because all these women, they all have the same thing in common. They are afraid of him. He has a nasty temper. They are literally scared for their life. I've had one where they said that he threatened their life. Like, what? And that's the one reason why I came on here, because people have to know what this man is like. He has been lying to on different platforms, saying, oh, I made everything up. I scammed him by using filters and everything. Does it look like I'm using filters? Like, come on, this is exactly how I was when I started talking to him. Like, he's making up every excuse to get out of it. And these men are what is that guy's name? Oh,
Hold,
or
hold on. I have a photo here of the
mhm,
supposed person you're talking about.
okay.
I want to believe that this is the person because I want to show it. But you on the
Yep.
picture, can I show it?
Yep.
All right. So is this the man that we are talking about? Because I've never seen this face. Is this the man that we are talking about?
Yes. Yep.
This
That's
guy.
him. That's
Okay.
him.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
And I also received a message that sounds like, I don't know if it's for you, but this is something that is written. A slut that sleeps with everyone's husband and boyfriend. What an ugly, wrinkly, tiny leg, short scum of whatever. Go hang yourself or jump off the apartment. You're miserable.
That's
Is
what he
this
said. Yeah,
this
that's what he.
this
Yeah, that's
directed
a
to you?
message he sent me. Yep,
Okay,
that's what he sends.
go on with your story. I just wanted to
That's the
verify.
kind. That's the kind of man he is. And I have one other girl. She's on TikTok. She goes and she's been watching everything he's doing, and she's informing me of what's going on and whatever because this man has to be stopped. Has to be stopped. I had one lady say to me that they're trying to get him deported back because he's in England illegally. Apparently,
Okay.
I don't know. So, like all these women, like they just keep coming forward, and but their main thing is that they're afraid of him. They're afraid of his temper, and because most three of them that I know of, they live in England, so he can have access to them, and they're afraid that he would do something. So, and I keep telling them, like, if you go forward and you put in reports, mine are already with the police. They're already looking into it. If there's more other women to back it up, it's going to be a stronger case. And I keep trying to tell them that, but I don't know. They're not listening.
So what you're saying is that you guys have reported to the necessary
I
authorities
have.
about
I
this.
have because what he did was he sent my pictures to friends of his.
Private pictures.
Yes. And that is illegal. That is called revenge porn. In England, you can get up to 7 years for doing that. And like you just read, he also entices me to unalive myself. You saw that. He's done that twice. That's another charge that's illegal in England. That can be, you can serve up to 3 years for that charge. So I have those two charges pending, but the officer that I'm talking to, she just says she's put it towards the ILO, the International Liaison Officers, and they're just waiting to hear back. So God knows how long that's going to take. I know of one person. She came and told me that her sister had something similar, and it took 9 months. So
This is no matter how this sounds, this is really sad, and I'm not going to be justifying anything, you know, because this is the first time I'm hearing about this guy. But what I want to say is that scamming is not good, you know. Secondly, going as low as sending your personal private pictures to people, that was too low. That was
mhm.
too low. That for me, it's too low. And sending you messages to entice you to unalive yourself, that is also too low. I cannot see a message that you sent to him because sometimes what I do these days is that I try to analyze things. All right. When I hear to one-sided story, because the other person is not here to share their story. I try to be like, okay, what did this person say to this person? What happened? But I couldn't see any of your message. I could only see his own message enticing you to unalive yourself. And don't get me wrong, this also
Right,
doesn't justify the fact that he is doing all these things to you, right?
right.
And this
Um,
awareness is like this needs to be created, and people like this, judging from your story, people like this needs to be stopped.
right. Trying to. Okay. These are the emails that are to the police.
Okay, don't show it. That's okay. I'll get that private. What you've shared today is very important. Okay. If any other people that he has done the same to wants to speak up, my platform is here for them to come and speak. Um, Thank you so much, Sylvia. I really do appreciate. And most
Thank
times
you.
when I post stories like this, the people that are involved do reach out to me as well, and they tell me that
Okay.
they want to talk, they want to share their own part of the story. All right. If you say his username is Warlord, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just letting you know that I'm trying my best not to be partial in cases like this. If he
Yep.
messages me and say he wants to come and share his part of the story,
Yep.
I will listen to him and I will also share it.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Thank you
Yep.
so much, Sylvia.